So hi.
Hello.
I'm Andrea from badtaste.it, an Italian movie website. So,
Yeah.
Did you already try this?
Not yet. My 17-year-old son's coming in about an hour, and we're going to go through it together.
It's scary.
I know. I've been around. We've traveled around with these trucks, and I've seen people come out. I've seen what happens.
Really?
Yeah. Some people make it. Yeah.
So did some people make it? Because they told us like 1%. So
I think there's like 3 or 4 groups that have made it.
In the whole country?
In the whole country. Yeah.
I don't know how they did it, but it's very scary. So, first of all, how did they pitch you your character for this movie?
To me?
Yeah.
You know, they said, when I met with James DeMonico, we talked about films from the 70s like Death Wish and The Warriors and Outlaw Josie Wales, and he said, this is the kind of movie, we want this to feel like a 70s kind of action thriller horror film. And I thought it was great. I thought the idea was great. I hadn't seen the first one, but I loved the script and I loved his passion, and it was off to the races.
And actually, I think your character is the main character. So
yeah,
what do you think about that?
Yeah, he's definitely the guy that he's the spine of the story. You know, they are at his. Without him, they don't exist. I mean, they'd be gone. So yeah, he's certainly the leader of the group.
Even if he has no name, I guess, because it's just called Sergeant.
Well, he had a name. He had a name in the movie, but nobody ever says my name. So they had a name in the script, but it was by design that we were going to have no name, just man with no name. But they couldn't do that. Universal wouldn't do that. So at the end, he calls me Sergeant. That's the first time anybody refers to me, and so we kept that. We kept that as my name.
That's a very 70 idea.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And I think also that your character should have his own franchise, I guess.
You do?
Yeah, because it's he has an evolution, but. That's for me, but I wanted to know something more.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that. If people go to see this film and it's successful, we do have some ideas for the next one about where this guy would go and why.
So that's because the first movie was about a totally different character.
Yeah, you know, the first movie was born out of what this movie was going to be, but because of their budget, they had to stay in the house. So this was the movie originally that he wanted to make, and he had this idea about this guy, and we created a look for him, and it came out to be, it's a cool kind of looking guy in the film, and he doesn't say very much.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
And actually, at the beginning of the movie, I thought he was a vigilante. You know?
Right.
And then you realize he has his own schedule.
He's got his own thing, you know.
And what do you think about this? Maybe, do you think it should be explored something more like that? Because it really seems to some kind of a vigilante, and I really wanted to see him save people. Actually, he saved somebody.
Right. Well, I mean, he saves the right people.
Yeah.
You know, there are people, I mean, I think the only people that he kills are the people that are trying to kill him or the people that he's with. So it's a survival movie. That's what it is. I did another movie a long time ago called The Gray, where we were running from wolves, and I kind of likened it to the same thing. We were, you know, we were trying to survive, get from point A to point B without, you know, getting killed in that 12-hour period, and that's why it's intense. You know, it's like they got to make it, they got to make it, and so if we did our job right, that's what you should feel at the end.
And did you film the movie here in Los Angeles?
Yeah, we filmed downtown. In fact, we're on the lot where my trailer was, in this parking lot. We filmed 28 days at night in downtown LA, so it was kind of cool.
That's great. I think it's one of the few movies that they still film in
Los Angeles. Yeah.
And what do you think about this? Because I know you live in New York, I guess, and also Los Angeles. Yeah. But it must be difficult to leave every time. Well, it must be refreshing to be in your town.
Right.
Where do you live? Maybe.
Right. No, it's tough. You know, LA's it's funny because I don't know why, but less and less film and TV. It's because of tax incentives that everybody else has. But it's good to be able to stay in LA with the best crews and to be able to keep the money in LA where this whole thing is kind of was evolved from. So you know, hopefully we do it again, and it's in LA. Yeah.
Great. Okay. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.